Phil Spencer seems like he wants to open up the Xbox console and Xbox brand to more people than ever before, including even allowing stores like the Epic Game Store to have their store right on the Xbox brand. Let's talk about what he's told Polygon right now. So Phil Spencer has been out there talking with Polygon and talking about exclusives, and he also talked about some changes that could be coming in the near future for Xbox. In an interview with Microsoft CEO of Gaming during the annual GDC conference, Spencer told Polygon about the ways he'd like to break down the walled gardens that have historically limited players to making purchases through the first-party stores tied to each console, or in layperson's terms, why you should be able to buy games from other stores on Xbox, not just the official storefront. He talked about Epic Games and other storefronts where you could be able to play games on the Xbox brand. And that is very interesting, because imagine a world where you could boot up your Xbox and you have your entire Steam library available to you to play. I think that is very interesting. Epic Games would also add their entire, roster of games to the Xbox game platform. And who knows, maybe in the future, what have I always talked about on this channel? The idea of just having one device that you go to and you open apps and you play whatever game you want on that device. That means you only have one box that you need to buy. Say that's PC, say that's an Xbox, say that's whatever, and you get to play whatever manufacturer's games on that platform. It does seem like Phil Spencer is setting the stage for that. And it'll be interesting to see where this goes in the future, but that is where we are at today. Next quote is this one. Spencer mentioned his frustrations with closed ecosystems, so we asked for clarity. Could he really see a future where stores like itch.io and Epic Game Store existed on Xbox? Yes, said Spencer. Consider our history as the Windows company. Nobody would blink twice if I said, hey, when you're using a PC, you get to decide the type of experience you have by picking where to buy games. There's real value in that. Spencer believes console players would benefit from that freedom too, and so would console makers like Microsoft. He is literally talking about tearing down the walls, tearing down exclusivity and everything. But is anybody else going to bite on that? PlayStation makes a lot of money having exclusives on their console, and yes, they will go to PC, but I doubt a lot of those exclusives would ever come to Xbox. Steam might play ball. Epic is clearly going to play ball, and it seems like itch.io is going to play ball, but it is such a big gamble, and it is one that could backfire in a big way. So it's going to be real interesting to see what happens over the next few years in the market. Like, there's the handheld rumors. And if you want to see the first part about this, click up there, or you can just hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, hit that bell, hit that like button if you do like these types of content. But Phil Spencer could just end exclusives, at least for Xbox, and maybe other people will play. But the first thing that would have to happen is whatever piece of hardware they release would have to be more like a PC box as opposed to an Xbox locked ecosystem. If they can figure that out, maybe they got a winning formula there, but they got to get people to buy in and join them. Here's what he says. Hardware isn't seeing a return via software. Yes. So I'm paraphrasing the Polygon article there. Long story short, hardware is sold at a loss, and usually the software makes up for that. That's not happening anymore. The cost of things have gotten too high. They can't raise the console price again because you'll start cutting into your actual purchases more than they already have. PlayStation knows that also. PlayStation has cut their console sales forecast. Xbox has cut their console sales forecast. Something needs to change in the game, and he talks about that. The price of the components of a console aren't coming down as fast as they have in previous generations. Worse, he explained, the console market isn't growing. With more gamers moving to PC and handheld options now, the notion of subsidizing a console and forcing players to purchase games through the official storefront to help recoup costs might not make sense. The walls meant to lock people into consoles might be motivating them to stay out altogether. I added the altogether. Subsidizing hardware becomes more challenging in today's world, Spencer said. And I will say, and this may seem too altruistic, I don't know that it's growing the industry. So I think, what are the barriers? What are the things that create friction in today's world for creators and players? And how can we be part of opening up that model? He talks about how Fallout 76, for example, doesn't have cross save. Destiny didn't have cross save many years ago, and it was a big gripe of everybody. And then they figured it out and they made cross save for everyone. So I do agree with him in that one respect. But if this is the tricky part of the future that I have talked about many times on the channel, where you have one device and you kind of launch whatever app you want from that device. You know, I've used televisions as an example in a lot of my videos. Phil Spencer seems to be saying that the next Xbox, you're just going to be able to open up the Epic Store and the Steam Store and whatever you want and do whatever you want with it. Steam Deck kind of did that also, and it was a huge success. You can hack your Steam Deck to install Windows and just do whatever you want with that thing. I do it. You can use it however you want. And if you're technically savvy and you're able to do that, it's great. If you're not, then you still have an awesome Steam Deck that can play all the Steam certified games. Seems like Xbox is going that route in the future. Spencer on exclusivity hurting them. Here's what he said. Spencer explained that the game experience is hindered when it matters what consoles we play on or what shops sell us our games. As an example, he pointed to Sea of Thieves. A player, he explained, shouldn't have to worry about what hardware they or their friends own. They should just know if their friends have and want to play Sea of Thieves, they can. Now, Spencer said, if I want to play on a gaming PC, then I feel like I'm more a continuous part of a gaming ecosystem as a whole, as opposed to on console, my gaming is kind of sharded, to use a gaming term. I've never heard that term before, but I'll give it to him. Based on these different closed ecosystems that I have to play across. Yeah, he's talking about like having your Fallout 76 as an example on PlayStation, and then you have the one on Xbox, then you have the one on PC, or Elder Scrolls Online. Those are two games that use an archaic system that don't have cross save, but Phil Spencer could literally fix that by going to Bethesda and be like, figure it out. Bungie figured it out. They should be able to figure it out. It's an issue that he can fix. And I think more and more, like Helldivers, that's cross save, right? More and more games just have that. If you don't have that as a standard practice, it's weird today, in my opinion. So interesting thoughts from Phil Spencer about the industry. He's right. It isn't a great experience. And I have talked about how that sort of experience, that sharded experience, to use his word, is not consumer friendly. If I have a PlayStation and I have Sea of Thieves and I want to play with my Xbox friend who has Sea of Thieves, I should be able to do that. So hopefully that is what the future looks like. And we can all just buy one box and launch whatever game we want and then play together, and the money gets passed around. That seems to be the future that he is leaning towards. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. It's very clear Xbox is thinking real big when it comes to changing their strategy. They've been talking about a handheld. You can check out that video right there. But first, I got to thank the members. Thank you so much to the members for supporting. I really do appreciate you. If you want to become a member, you can click that join button. Yeah, so check out the handheld story, because that got 2 videos about it, because there were 2 updates over the weekend. And I'll see you for the next one, but let me know your thoughts about this topic in the comments below. Bye for now, everybody.